Welcome back to Motion RC. I am your product specialist, Wesley, and today we are working with the Freewing F-14 Tomcat, taxiing it out on the runway. Super excited. We're going to be doing a couple flights today, working into it. This is one of the few models from Freewing that I haven't got to fly much. We just finished our maiden flight though. I'm going to check everything, left, right, up, down. I did go back and give myself a little bit more elevator after the flight. I did set up per the book rates, but I went to 100% on my elevator. I like it a little bit touchier than most guys. So we have a 3-minute useful throttle timer set. Check everything real quick. We're gonna go 1 notch of flaps for takeoff, and here we go. Rotate nicely. Flaps are coming up. No gyro in the model today. Not that we can't add one in if we wanted it. I'm gonna give myself 3 clicks or so of up. That feels good. And let's turn into the runway. Now I am flying in the stock configuration as the airplane comes out of the box. Basically just a basic 6-channel model right now. I'm gonna go to my low rate or mid rate ailerons. Look at her just slide around. Very cool airplane. Heavier model too, so lots of wind today, but the model is not even being affected by it really, as it is so windy or so heavy. It penetrates the wind really well. Now that being said, as a heavier model, you need to respect it as a heavier model. Keep your speed up in the turns, and you're going to be just fine. This one's been around a long time. If you're looking for a crazy setup, many people have done different setups with 10 and higher channel receivers. But like I said, this is how the model flies right out of the box. All right, I'm going to turn it around, and I haven't done a wing sweep yet. So I'm going to get a little bit of altitude and sweeping the wings now. I do have it where my rates automatically go down when I have the wings swept. Here it comes by. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna go wings back out as we turn back around. This is only my 2nd flight on the Tomcat, so still getting used to it. Don't want to do too much wing sweep action yet. I will say with the wings out, this thing is very agile, very maneuverable. Very easy flying jet with the wings out, honestly. Coming right down the runway. Like I said, that wind is direct crosswind right now, probably about 10 miles an hour. And the airplane is just soaking it up great. I'll pop it at the end. Let's go up. 4-point. Man, what a phenomenal flying airplane. Bring her around, straighten it out here, and take a look at my timer. Still showing about a minute left. I've got it set to 3 minutes of useful throttle. Kicking it around at half like this, it seems to really work well on these two 5000s. Get the wing up on this pass, more of a presentation style. Beautiful. For a scale military jet, you really just can't go wrong. So there's my minute warning. What we'll do on the next pass, we'll turn down runway, and we'll do a gear pass, put our flaps to 1 notch, and then turn to base final, put our full flaps in, and come into land. So here we go. Let's execute our maneuver now. We're going to turn in, flipping gear now. They should come out right as they're going by. There they go. Power coming back in. I'm going 1 notch of flaps. Full rate everything. I like lots of rates on my landings, especially when it's windy like this. We're going to turn base to final. And we are going to go on and extend to full flaps there. We have plenty of altitude. I'm going to kill the power. We're going to lose some altitude, full flaps like I said, bringing the power back in to about 20%. And beauty. What a beaut. Aero brake, aero brake. All right, let's taxi it back in. Let's take a look and check our batteries and show you around the Freewing F-14. There you have it, guys. That was our second flight with the Freewing F-14, kind of getting more familiar with it. I want to go over some of the things that I've done on my model to make it successful for my maiden. Now, like I've told you before, this is set up on a Futaba receiver right now. I did not do any kind of crazy mixes or anything on this. This is all right out of the box. Now, the aileron to elevator mix, whenever you use your ailerons, is automatically done through the flight board in the F-14 if you decide to set it up like me. So when I go ailerons, you can see the ailerons and the elevator both move together, just like that. And whenever I do elevator, it is only elevator, but it also kind of mixes it all in there as you move your stick around. Really simple. It actually flies really well with this setup. Now, what I did do is whenever my wings sweep, I set up a condition on my radio. So, as you can see here, if I hold the stick down into the corner and flip my switch, you will see that my rates instantly change and get cut in half. I'm really glad I did that. When the wings are swept, the model definitely has a lot faster roll rate. So if you can set up a condition in your radio also, they also have this in Spectrum, it would be called flight modes, but in Futaba it's called conditions. But whenever you have your wings swept, you want it to automatically go into a low rate aileron, because it definitely starts to roll quite a bit faster. I do still have a lot of elevator throw in both of them, but that's something for me. So let me flip them back out and you will see that it will automatically go to high rate, just like that. The other thing I did, my very first flight, I definitely did not have my elevators far enough down. Now, when you look from the side, you can actually see there is a crease in the foam right there. It needs to be just a hair above that crease, as you can see right there on the side of that elevator. This is the leading edge of your elevators, and that will be the perfect spot. Only thing that happened to me is when I took off the very first flight, I had to give it a bunch of up trim. Like I said, we landed it and I mechanically changed that. As far as throws go, I set it up just by the book, and they have felt very comfortable, other than, like I said, I went to a little bit more elevator rate. This is a personal preference of mine, and I didn't run any expo today on this airplane. It's one of the first airplanes in a while I ran zero expo on my elevator, and I really liked the feel of it. So now let's get into the battery compartment. In the Freewing F-14, you can see there is a very large battery compartment, but it has to be, since you've got to get two gigantic batteries up in the front of this. And it is a large model. Now, as you can see, I was flying this on the Admiral 50C standard batteries. I have also fit in up to a 6000. Now, this is without any modifications. You'll see a lot of customers like to modify the F-14 by taking this top tray out, and it sets the batteries down inside. Can be done, it's not an issue. But like I said, I've got mine set up just as it comes right out of the box, and you can see I can fit these 5000s right in there. I always unplug the flight pack that does not have the BEC built in first, and I always plug in the BEC before the other flight pack. There you go, let's go on and unplug those though. Grab our battery checker here. And we're at 379 a cell, or 34% after that flight, which is perfect. That's our storage voltage. And what I'm doing on my Futaba is I just have it set to a 3 minute of useful throttle, and that's coming down just about perfectly on this. We can go on and check the other one, but it should be exactly the same. But just for good measures, we'll plug it in. 380, 34%. Yep, so same thing. So there you have it. This is the Freewing F-14. We know this one's been out for a long time, but this is one that needs to stay in the stables for a long time, in my opinion. It's always something special about flying an F-14. All the Top Gun references with your buddies out at the field are a lot of fun, and I've really been enjoying this one, and I hope you decide to pick one up. If you've been on the fence about this is one everybody needs to have once if you're an EDF guy. So without further ado, if it's land, sea, or air, Motion RC has what you want. Don't forget, it's motionrc.com. Get it while it's hot, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.